It starts with a photo, not a screenshot, not a stock image. A real one, slightly blurry, sun bleached at the edges, taken on a Tuesday afternoon when your kid wasn't posing, just laughing mid-sip of orange juice. You set it as your lock screen because it's honest. And for the first time in years, your phone doesn't ruin it. In the unreleased foundation of what will become One UI 8.5, Samsung has stopped treating your wallpaper as mere background and started treating it like memory. The clock doesn't sit stubbornly over your child's eyes. It shifts, quietly, intelligently, to a patch of empty sky, a quiet corner of the frame, anywhere it won't block what matters. No setting to enable, no toggle to find, just software that sees your life and respects it enough to step aside. You unlock your phone, and there's no jarring animation, no app drawer that stutters into view like it's still waking up. Everything flows as if it's been waiting for you. Your most used apps, Spotify in the morning, camera on weekends, messages for your late night check-ins with your sister, feel closer, not because they've been moved, but because the system has learned your rhythm and preloads them silently, entirely on device. No cloud, no tracking, just quiet anticipation. Later, you open Gallery to edit that same photo. You brighten the shadows under their eyes, crop out the messy kitchen counter, add a subtle warmth to match the feeling of that moment. Then, an hour later, you change your mind. So you tap Edit History and scroll back through every step like flipping pages in a journal. Undo the crop. Restore the original lighting. Try a different filter. No duplicates cluttering your library. No panic about losing the source file. Just freedom to create, refine, and revisit without consequence. When you finally share it with your partner, you don't fumble with links or cloud uploads. You long press, tap share, and their phone appears instantly in quick share. One tap. Full resolution, no waiting. It arrives exactly as you intended. No compression, no delay, no third-party middleman. It's not magic. It's infrastructure that finally works the way it should. This isn't an update built for spec sheets or launch events. It's built for the quiet moments between notifications, for the people who just want their phone to help, not hijack their day. And in a world of digital noise, that kind of calm isn't just nice to have, it's revolutionary. The deeper you move into this unreleased vision of One UI 8.5, the more it reveals itself not as a software update, but as a quiet reimagining of what a phone can be when it stops trying to own your attention and starts helping you live your life. It's in the way multitasking no longer feels like a technical compromise, but a natural extension of how you actually think and work. You're watching a tutorial video in a floating window while taking notes with the S Pen, and instead of rigid borders or awkward snapping, the window resizes with a gentle pinch, conforming to your intent like fabric over form. Need Google Maps full screen while keeping an eye on a WhatsApp message from your ride-share driver. Go 90K10. The navigation dominates, but the chat stays visible in a slim vertical strip on the edge, just enough to see 2 mins away, without distraction. And when you minimize it, the window doesn't vanish into the void. It docks neatly along the bezel, breathing softly, ready to expand with a tap. Save this entire layout as a scene preset, and return to your exact workflow days later. No relaunching apps, no repositioning windows, just seamless re-entry into your flow, as if time never passed. Now brief. Once an empty widget that sat unused on home screens for years, is being reborn as a true contextual companion. It doesn't bombard you with headlines, ads, or algorithmically curated noise. Instead, it surfaces what actually matters in the rhythm of your real life. After you walk away from your car in a massive parking garage, it remembers your location and shows it the next time you unlock your phone. When your favorite podcast releases a new episode on Sunday morning, the one you always listen to with coffee, it appears quietly, without fanfare. If you've ordered a gift online, it tracks the package and updates you only when there's meaningful movement. This isn't about keeping you glued to your screen. It's about giving you just enough information to move through your day with less friction, more confidence, and zero digital fatigue. File management, long neglected on mobile platforms, is finally receiving the thoughtful redesign it deserves. The My Files app no longer dumps everything into a single chaotic folder. Instead, it intelligently categorizes content by source. From Gmail, from Drive, from Chrome, from Messages. That invoice your boss sent last Tuesday? Tap from Gmail, and it's there. No scrolling through months of random downloads. Screenshots, once a graveyard of forgotten boarding passes, Wi-Fi passwords, and half-read articles, are now auto-sorted into smart categories like travel, receipts, events, and locations. Your flight confirmation from 3 weeks ago. Under travel. The concert ticket you snapped last month. Under events. It's not AI showing off, it's basic digital hygiene, finally arriving on Android. Quiet, consistent. Even creativity is handled with care, not spectacle. Audio eraser, already functional in test builds, strips background noise from videos with startling precision, turning a clip ruined by street traffic, barking dogs, or cafe chatter into something clean, present, and usable. Portrait Studio now works on animals, rendering your cat in soft watercolor tones or your dog in cinematic bokeh, all processed entirely on device, never uploading your private moments to the cloud. And because every edit lives in a non-destructive timeline, you're free to experiment endlessly, adjust lighting, reframe, enhance colors, then rewind to any point in your creative journey. Your original photo is never overwritten. Your trust is never broken. This isn't about filters or megapixels. It's about giving you the space to express yourself without fear of losing what you started with. Underneath it all, the system learns your patterns, not by watching you from afar, but by listening quietly on your device. If you open Maps at 6 p.m. every weekday, it preloads. If you scroll news at 7:30 a.m., it's ready. If you silence your phone during dinner, it remembers. This isn't surveillance, it's service. Private, local, and deeply respectful of your boundaries. There are no pop-ups asking you to enable smarter features. No cloud-based profiles tracking your behavior across apps. Just intelligence that works for you, not against you. What's emerging in these final builds isn't a louder, flashier operating system. It's a calmer, wiser one. One that doesn't demand your attention, but earns your trust through consistency, care, and quiet competence. It's not built for benchmarks or headlines. It's built for the life you're already living, messy, beautiful. In the final unreleased layers of what will become One UI 8.5, the vision reaches its quiet culmination. Not with fanfare, but with fidelity. This is no longer just an operating system, it's a digital hearth, a place you return to not out of obligation, but because it feels like home. Every interaction has been refined not for novelty, but for endurance, not to dazzle you on day one, but to support you faithfully on day 730. The philosophy is clear: technology should disappear into the background so your life can take center stage. Battery behavior has evolved beyond mere capacity into something closer to stewardship. Microcharge cycles now operate with remarkable nuance, adapting not only to your usage patterns but to ambient temperature, time of day, and even your sleep-wake cycle. Charging happens in gentle, intelligent pulses that minimize long-term wear, preserving cell health across years rather than months. You won't see flashy dashboards or battery health percentages. You'll simply notice that your phone still feels responsive, fluid, and reliable 2 years from now. No throttling, no unexpected shutdowns, no forced upgrade because the software abandoned you. This isn't marketing. It's a promise kept quietly every single day. Quick Share has matured into something deeply human. It no longer just transfers files. It understands context. Send a group photo from your cousin's wedding, and it detects faces, proactively suggesting contacts before you scroll through your entire address book. Share a creative project, a layered photo edit, a voice memo, a PDF with annotations, and it preserves metadata quality and structure without cloud conversion or lossy compression. Transfers happen instantly via ultra, wideband, and Bluetooth LE, securely and offline, because true connection shouldn't depend on Wi-Fi, cellular signal, or third-party servers. It's not a feature you configure. It's a standard you come to expect, like turning a key or pouring a cup of coffee. The keyboard, often overlooked, has become a silent collaborator. It no longer fights your natural way of communicating. It learns your shorthand, burb, till, and respects your tone. It knows when you use emojis as emotional punctuation and when you're being serious. Autocorrect doesn't interrupt your flow, it follows it, gently correcting only when necessary, never overruling your intent. This isn't predictive text showing off with wild guesses. It's digital empathy refined through daily use. Software that adapts to you, not the other way around. Planning your life feels unified, not fragmented across siloed apps. Reminders and calendar have merged into a single living timeline where tasks and events coexist naturally. Drag, buy birthday gift, onto Saturday. Attach a photo of the item so you don't forget what it looks like, and set a location-based alert so it reminds you when you're near the store. Your trip checklist can include an image of your suitcase, so you never forget that odd-shaped charger, your prescription meds, or the book you've been meaning to finish. It's not productivity theater designed to make you feel busy. It's practical care woven into the rhythm of your real life. thoughtful, visual, and deeply personal. And through it all, the visual language remains calm. No sudden redesigns that force you to relearn where everything is. No jarring color shifts, oversized buttons, or animated distractions demanding clicks. Just consistent, thoughtful refinement, like a well-worn path through a familiar forest. You don't notice it because it's perfect. You notice it because it disappears, leaving only your intention intact. Security too has grown both stronger and softer. Private album lives where you'd naturally look for it. Right in gallery, locked behind biometrics, never syncing to the cloud, never uploading your most intimate moments. Secure folder can be hidden entirely from view, accessible only through a secret gesture known to you alone. And if your unlocked phone falls into the wrong hands, it watches. Too many failed attempts on a protected app, and it locks down completely, requiring your Samsung account to restore access. No factory reset loophole, no bypass, just quiet, uncompromising loyalty. But the true triumph is emotional. After weeks with this version, you stop thinking of your phone as a device to manage. You stop dreading updates, fearing bloat, or resenting interruptions. Instead, you begin to rely on it, not as a distraction, but as a steady presence that helps you live with more clarity, creativity, and calm. This isn't the future of mobile software. It's the return to its original promise to empower without overwhelming, to assist without interrupting, to disappear so you can appear. And when it finally arrives in your hands, you won't need a tutorial to understand it. You'll just feel it, like silence after noise, like coming home after a long journey. In the final unreleased build of what will become One UI 8.5, there are no fireworks, only quiet certainty. This isn't software shouting to be noticed. It's software that has done its homework so thoroughly, it no longer needs to speak at all. From the moment you wake your screen to the second you set it down at night, everything flows with a calm precision that feels less like engineering and more like intuition. Your attention is no longer treated as a commodity to be auctioned off to the highest bidder, but as something sacred to be protected. Notifications don't flood in, they filter. A message from your parent pulses softly. A calendar alert for your best friend's birthday appears gently. The rest, the spammy game alerts, the fake security warnings, the endless promotional noise, are silenced before they ever reach your eyes. Not by a setting you forgot to toggle, but by on-device intelligence that respects your boundaries without asking for permission. Privacy isn't a feature you enable, it's the foundation everything is built on. Battery longevity is redefined not by milliamp hours, but by care. Through adaptive background management, intelligent thermal pacing, and microcharge cycles that respond to your habits, environment, and even circadian rhythm, the system sustains itself across years, not just days. You won't see graphs or health scores. You'll simply notice that your phone still feels fast, fluid, and faithful long after others have slowed into obsolescence. This isn't marketing, it's stewardship, quiet, consistent, and deeply human. Security becomes seamless yet unbreakable. Private album lives where you'd naturally look for it. Right in gallery, locked behind your fingerprint or face, never syncing to the cloud, never uploading your most personal moments. Secure folder can be hidden entirely from view, accessible only through a gesture known to you alone. And if your unlocked phone falls into the wrong hands, it watches. Too many failed attempts on a protected app and it locks down completely, requiring your Samsung account to restore access. No factory reset loophole, no bypass, just quiet, uncompromising loyalty. Even sharing transforms into something deeply personal. Quick Share doesn't just move files, it understands context. Sending a family photo, it suggests everyone in the frame. Transferring creative work, it preserves quality, layers, and metadata without compression. And because it works offline via ultra-wideband and end-to-end encryption, it's instant, private, and reliable. Because true connection shouldn't depend on infrastructure, signal bars, or corporate servers. But the real victory is emotional. After weeks with this version, you stop thinking of your phone as a device to manage. You stop dreading updates, fearing bloat, or resenting interruptions. Instead, you begin to rely on it, not as a distraction, but as a steady presence that helps you live with more clarity, creativity, and calm. This isn't the future of mobile software. It's the return to its original promise. To empower without overwhelming, to assist without interrupting, to disappear so you can appear. And when it finally arrives in your hands, you won't need a tutorial to understand it. You'll just feel it, like silence after noise, like coming home after a long journey.